So in today's video, I've decided to be talking about something very special, and that is how to build muscle. Now, as you guys can already tell from a 1-year transformation video, I was making crazy gains steroid free. So I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks of what I did to build muscle, and it could probably help you guys as well on, building muscle. So now we're going to start off with nutrition and diet. Like usually at breakfast time, what I tend to eat, and I basically eat every single day and I'm sick of it, is a bowl of oats. Because oats is just something that just gives you a whole lot of energy, makes you want to do heaps more throughout your day. It's a really good food to start your day off with. I mean, it gives you plenty of energy and it tastes pretty good as well, and it's easy to eat. And since I was an ectomorph before I started training, like I was a skinny dude, I would usually eat like 2 handful of almonds, because almonds has fat in them, and it's kind of good in a way, because as an ectomorph you want to put on as much fat as possible to help you bulk up, So yeah, I highly recommend eating a bowl of oats for breakfast. Alright, so another food that I highly recommend you guys should eat would be eggs. Now, eggs is pretty much the perfect food to eat for breakfast. All bodybuilders have eggs pretty much for breakfast because it's high in protein, gives you energy, easy to eat, and it's cheap. But it's definitely pretty much the perfect food to eat if you're starting your day off. Now, yeah, like you don't want to eat eggs every day, because I mean that's what I used to do, and seriously, I'm just gonna leave it there. You don't want to have eggs every day. I usually tend to have eggs on the weekends, like basically because I can take my time while eating it, whereas other days, like on weekdays like Monday to Friday, I don't want to be late for work, don't want to be late for school, and that's why I just usually have a bowl of oats, because it's very easy to eat and it's easy to finish. But yeah, another food I highly recommend you eat is chicken and rice, the most popular food pretty much every person in the gym eats to make their gains. Now honestly, I was having chicken and rice every single day when I started off, and I have to admit it really helped me build some good quality muscles. So chicken and rice is very good food to eat. Problem with this is that you can get sick of it very quickly. Like having it every day would obviously be a pain up the ass. That's why it's good to mix it up and change it up every now and then. But basically another problem with having chicken and rice is it's pretty expensive as well. Like dude, you're gonna have to have quite a bit of money in your pocket. So it costs me about $70-$80 a week to be able to eat chicken and rice every day, 2-3 times a day. So it is quite expensive. So if you're like a dude that doesn't really have a job and you're on a pretty tight budget, then yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to eat it every day. But that's okay. That's okay, because I'm gonna be showing you guys another food. It's pretty much the perfect food for a person that's on a tight budget. And why I highly recommend you guys should eat tuna if you're on a tight budget is because tuna is low on fat, high in protein, easy to eat, very cheap as well. Like the country I'm living in, New Zealand, it costs about $1.50 for a can of tuna. And it provides so much for such a little price, like it just provides so much. And it's very easy to eat, and it's easy to carry, so you can have it whenever, wherever. So one problem with having tuna is you can get very sick of it. That's why they've made a whole bunch of different flavors. So just in case you get sick of one specific flavor, you can move on to a different flavor. So yes, tuna is basically the perfect food for any type of person to eat if they're on a tight budget. High in protein, low in fat, perfect for building muscle. This is pretty much what I would have as a snack every time I was hungry. Moving on to the next food. Now we're moving on to dinner time. And yes, it's chicken and rice again. Pretty much the perfect food you want to eat as a post-workout meal or dinner time meal. Why? The reason for this is it has rice in it. Rice gives you carbs to help fuel your muscles, and then there's protein with it as well to help repair your muscles. So it's pretty much the perfect food you would want to eat as a post-workout meal. And most of the time, most people usually do have foods like chicken and rice as the dinner time, or usually dinner time is a good time for eating, because usually you're eating foods that are high in protein and has a lot of carbs. Alright, so now we're moving on to the next meal. This is what I have before going to sleep, and this is the food pretty much Arnold ate every time he went before bed as well, believe it or not. But it's ice cream. Seriously, helps your muscles stay relaxed, tastes good. So basically it just helps you add that extra weight. And basically, if you are a skinny dude, you just want to eat as much as possible before going to bed, really. You just want to eat like crazy. Like the time you should be eating like crazy is basically before bed. So this is the supplement I take gold standard whey protein. Very easy to drink because it's so smooth and it's not thick like other protein shakes. Low on calories as well, so you know, I mean, if you're having a protein shake that gives you 1000 calories, that's pretty much 50% of your freaking diet gone on a protein shake, so you don't want to do that. But yeah, basically this is the perfect supplement in my opinion. It is very expensive because it's the best whey protein powder out there, so that is a problem. But honestly, if you got money and you're looking for a good supplement, I highly recommend getting this. Alright, so now we move on to body types. Now if you're skinny like this dude and you want to start weight training, you want to start bulking up and you want to build muscle, well, here are some tips for you guys, because I was exactly like that dude before I started as well. So basically, as an ectomorph, you want to eat as much as possible. Yes, gaining weight is a pain up the ass and it's pretty much nearly impossible, but you want to eat crazy, like crazy amount. Alright, but good thing about being an ectomorph is you whatever, not put any fat on and just put on pure muscle. And because of small joints, we have that illusion of looking more big and more full, which is a very good thing about being ectomorph. But then the problem with being ectomorph is gaining weight gonna be very hard. Like, you're just gonna have to eat as much as you can until you really feel like throwing up. That's how much you're gonna have to eat. Now, the best time for an ectomorph to eat would be around nighttime. That's what I used to do. I would eat a shit ton of nighttime before I went to bed. This is really bad. Okay, I mean, eating a lot before nighttime isn't very good. But if in terms of gaining weight and if you want to build muscle, you just got to risk it, really. I mean, that's how you're going to put on muscle. So you just got to eat as much as possible. Avoid cardio. Seriously, just don't do cardio at all unless you want to be a marathon runner. And basically just lift as heavy as possible. Do a lot of compound movements, like do a lot of deadlifts, do a lot of squats. Kind of avoid isolation movements, really, because as an ectomorph, you kind of all round skinny, like you don't have any body parts that really stand out, so you really want to do a lot of compound movements to help your body become more symmetrical and more proportional. And you know, if you want to have that aesthetic physique, then definitely do a lot of compound movements. All right, I'm not making any of this up from scratch. I've done a lot of research and I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I know I might sound cocky saying that, but I've done a lot of research, so I'm not making any of this up. Listen to my tips I'm giving you and you guys will see results for yourself. Alright, so now we move on to the mesomorph body type. This is basically the ideal body type that any guy would want to have. Alright, like mesomorph body type basically has everything a person would want. A strong, thick build, fast metabolism, so you'll be putting on muscle instead of fat unless you're a mesoendomorph, which I will get to soon. And yeah, basically mesomorph is the ideal body type. I mean, it's an athletic body type, it's a hot body, it's a body everyone wants. And seriously, these dudes get accused of steroids a lot, like, because that's just how good you can get your physique as a mesomorph. You can get it so good that some dudes will legit think you're on the roids. You want to kind of keep everything 50-50, you know what I mean? So you want to have like 50% carbs or 50% protein, or 30% carbs, 30% protein, or 30% fats. It doesn't really matter. As a mesomorph body type, you can kind of mix it up because you guys can gain muscle from pretty much doing whatever, you know. Seriously, gaining muscle for a mesomorph is very easy, so you guys don't really have to worry about going all hard out in the gym or going harder with your diet. Seriously, as a mesomorph, you can eat whatever and put on muscle, so it's pretty much the most blessed body type you can have. So it's pretty much the best body type you can have without a doubt. So most bodybuilding athletes are mesomorphs. But yeah, that's pretty much the ideal body type for sports, bodybuilding, modeling, kind of 50-50, but it's pretty much the best body type for everything. So if you have this body type, consider yourself very lucky. A mesomorph usually has a strong build, so if you naturally have a pretty strong build, not saying like from fat, not from being fat, from like having decent amount of muscle, strong build, then consider yourself lucky, because if you get into weight training, you're gonna be buff as hell, and that's only if you train hard and eat right though. Now we move on to the endomorph body type. This is basically the overweight dude that finds it very hard losing weight, and you know, finds it pretty hard gaining muscle and getting shredded as well. But it doesn't mean you're never gonna get ripped or anything like that. Obviously, you can't easily get ripped if you put on the work. Now, for an endomorph, they just have to basically just put on the extra effort if they want to get like shredded and, You know, they want to reach low body fat. Like for the ectomorph, they just put on muscle. They don't even have to worry about cardio. They do need to put the extra effort in, but they don't have to do cardio. Cardio is what everyone hates, and that's what everyone avoids. If you walk into a gym, you will rarely ever see people on a cardio machine ever. That's why, and that's the problem. That's why most endomorphs usually end up becoming big and bulky and becoming really swole, which is basically good for powerlifting. But if you're that type of guy that wants to get chicks and wants to impress people, then you don't want to end up looking like that, obviously. So here's some tips of what you can do if you want to get shredded and ripped as an endomorph. So for an endomorph, you want to do a lot of cardio. You know, you don't want to go very heavy with the weights. You want to do like light reps, so it can help you, lose weight. You want to aim for high reps. Well, not very high, but pretty high reps. Maybe around the 12 to 15 rep range. And basically with your diet, it's kind of a low carb, high protein diet. You don't want to have carbs because usually carbs can turn into fat, and you don't want to put more weight on. So yeah, you want to stick to that diet, and you really want to keep track of your calories. If you're going a little over the amount of calories you're supposed to eat, or you're just going to end up putting on more weight. And you just want to kind of go on more of a cutting diet, basically, until you lose the weight, and then you want to start eating heaps again, like protein and everything, to start building that muscle. So for you guys as endomorph, just want to lose all that weight, don't worry about lifting weights hardcore straight away. For you guys, beginning is just try to lose as much weight as possible, and do cardio at least 3-4 times a week. When you're in the gym, seriously, do at least 20 minutes of intense cardio. You want to lose that weight. I mean, I see a lot of lazy endomorphs out there just hating their bodies because they're not doing anything about it. If you just sit around being lazy, you're not doing the cardio, you're not putting the extra effort, then you're just not gonna change. That's just how it goes. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I mean, I did not bullshit any of this. I'm serious. I did the research. Okay, I did the research. I'm not trying to be a personal trainer. I just know from experience of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And I've done the research, as I said before. So hope this video helped out a lot. And if it did, make sure to smash the like button. Comment down below what video you guys want to see next, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Peace out.